President as she addresses the nation concerning the communist threat to the national safety and the attempted solution of containment.
My fellow Americans, I come to you in this, our most desperate hour, in the fight against the communist threat plaguing the world, to assure you that the American government has found a feasible solution to conquering the aggressive, expensive tendencies of the United Soviet Socialist Republic. For the past several years, the USSR has attempted to forcibly remove all democratic ideals from developing nations, including those of capitalism and the inalienable rights of all men, American or otherwise. The USSR's insatiable appetite for global power has led them to devour whole nations, desperately crying for freedom. These oppressors embody a clear and present danger to the American way of life. Following the end of the Second World War, tensions between the United States and the USSR have drastically spiked. The United States has a democratic government which allows the people to decide what happens within our country. When we are threatened by the Russians because of their communist government, in which the people and businesses would have no say in what happened to them, and the resources are rationed out equally to each person in a group, and no one can get any more or less than they need. In communism, the people have no say in what happens to them, and now the threat has moved 90 miles away from the United States to the island of Cuba. This is the closest it has ever been to the United States. Russia is trying to force their communist ideology worldwide, and we will not allow that here in the democratic nations. In order to prevent the spread of this disease, the United States must take action. This action will come through containment of their troops, their propaganda, and of communism itself. This has proven effective in the past and will again in the future. Take recent actions in Korea. For instance, the communist North Korea invaded democratic South Korea. In order to keep South Korea democratic, we, the United States, had to use militaristic force to stop the invasion. By halting this invasion, we countered the hopes and wishes of the Soviets by not allowing communism to spread. Through the process of containment, the United States has created a buffer zone of free and democratic nations between the heart of the Soviet Republic and the homeland. In order to alleviate the nation's fears of Soviet invasion, infiltration, or nuclear strike, we have assembled a massive nuclear arsenal, far outweighing that of the USSR, and have developed missile defense technologies to detect and destroy any form of Soviet nuclear attack, including air and water-based assault. In addition, we have established a forward military presence in key regions throughout the world to deter any potential Soviet threat. We have commissioned the U.S. Air Force, previously joined with the Army Air Corps, with the primary mission of long-range strategic bombing and management of all nuclear assets. We have no intention of depriving the citizens of the USSR of the necessities of life, as they have previously done to us with the blockade of Berlin in 1948. So, my fellow Americans, I want you to sleep easy in your beds tonight, because your government of the people, by the people, and for the people is on watch, and we are ever vigilant to counter and eliminate any and all possible threat to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you, and God bless America.